Today, I'm going to talk about elevating the voice. So, what does that mean exactly? Well, it means a couple things. First off, you just got to be in the mood to sing. You don't always feel like it, okay? I understand. But your success as a singer depends on your ability to get yourself up and get yourself moving. Go for a walk, watch an inspiring movie, read an inspiring book, or listen to some music that makes you want to make music. That's what I do when I need motivation to sing. Another thing about it is you need to get the voice up into what they call the mask. This is the mask. It has natural resonators built into it that go low, medium, and high. Actually, your resonators start in your sternum. Tap it. It'll be really low. Tap your chin. It'll be higher. Now tap the bridge of your nose. Higher still. Now tap the top of your head. Even higher. Now if we're practicing the pathway of singing, which starts right here, goes back, up, around, down, and then out your mouth, as explained in my last video, the pathway of singing. Okay, as it goes through that, it will naturally hit these resonators. Now, another important thing about being able to elevate the voice is called a technique I refer to as the inner smile. The inner smile should not be seen, but only felt. Okay, you should feel it kind of tugging at the corners of your mouth. Okay, so like that, not like this. Incorrect. Like this. If you do like this, you will, one, look ridiculous on stage when singing like something sad or something angry. Number two, your tone will spread. So you want to keep the unseen smile unseen. Okay, now here's a new part that I haven't covered in a previous video. The 10%, 90% rule. Okay, when singing, you need to imagine 90% of the air coming out of your mouth and then 10% going over the roof of your mouth and out to your nose. If you don't let some of the air go out of your nose, your tone will sound forced, like you're yelling instead of singing. Now, a lot of people are afraid of sounding too nasal when they sing. If you're doing this technique and you sound too nasal, just drop the jaw. Number one, if you're dropping your jaw, you're not going to sound nasal. Number two, if you're up in your high range, you can't be too nasal sounding, or not nasal sounding, but too focused into your nasal cavity, which brings up the reversal of the 10%, 90% rule. When you're in your upper range, imagine 90% of your air coming out of your nose and 10% of the air coming out of your mouth. This will prevent your high notes from sounding pinched and forced. Okay? Got that? Now, remember, bone amplifies tone. We're seeking out the resonators in our mask or our face. Okay? And here's an exercise to help practice pathway and hooking the voice up into the mask, as well as the 10%, 90% rule. And remember, you reverse it, 90% through the nose, 10% through the mouth when you're singing in your high range. Okay, here's the exercise. And just like on the previous video, at the end of this, I will include the piano parts that you can practice along to. And if you need me to record these parts in a lower range or a higher range, just hit me up in the comments and I can do that, because this is just something I played on the piano and recorded years ago. Okay guys, here it is. What we're going to do is we're going to initiate a tone, hold for 4 counts, then release the tone. Okay, hang on. That's it. That's it, guys. Just initiate the tone. Go along the pathway of singing, starting from here, kicking backwards, going around like a baseball pitch curve, coming out your nose. 10% of the air coming out your nose, over the roof of the mouth, 90% coming out of your actual mouth. Okay, now I'm going to include the repetitions for you guys to practice on your own. Just refer back to this. Do the exercises every day. Now, with the videos I've given you, you have your work cut out for you. You've got the pressure release exercise, the controlled release exercise, you got your mouth positions for the 5 vowels, the pathway of singing with the 5-note scale, and now elevating the tone with the 10%, 90% rule and the 90-10% rule reversal for the high range. That is a lot of singing knowledge right there, and probably a whole entire month's worth of singing lessons, considering you're going to have 1 lesson a week, and that's 4 lessons. Okay, here we go, guys. Here are the exercises. Okay, guys, you have another exercise to do. Remember, the path to your dreams is not painless, but it is the way to build the voice that you've always known that you can build.